Hi Stampers, I'm Meg from LovenStamps and I am excited to see you on this Friday morning. So today I have been going through my retired list. Where did I put it? Oh, it's over here. My retiring list, because on Wednesday the Stampin' Up! List of last chance products from the annual catalog, this big baby, it came out because we're gonna have some things retired to make room for new things that will start on May 4th with the new catalog. So speaking of new catalog, if you are one of my customers and you've ordered at least $50 from me in the last calendar or the last year, then you'll be getting a free copy of that catalog in the mail from me. If you haven't gotten, if you haven't had a chance to order from me yet, or you haven't ordered at least $50 over that year, then reach out to me and I would be happy to get a catalog to you too, so let me know. But morning guys, we got a good crew for Friday. Lisa, Teresa, Cindy, Petra, Tanya, Sherry, Sue, we're the whole gang's here, so I love getting together with you guys. All right, so what I did was go through this list, which is in the video description here as an Excel file. If you would like to download it, you can sort an Excel file. There's you can Google how to do that if you're not sure. But you can sort it for this fun column here at the end, which is discount percentage, which ranges from 10% to 75% off. And of course, you know, stamping always makes me happy, and Stampin' Up! Supplies are great quality, but Stampin' Up! Supplies at a huge 75% discount is like really, really great. So we're gonna use a bunch of products for this video card that use some of the highest value discounted items from this list. Now, the little caveat is because they're really high discount, they might sell out quickly. So don't wait to get them if you're like, oh my gosh, Meg, I really liked what you used this morning and that looked like a lot of fun. I'd like to make that card. So don't wait, okay? All right, oh, we got a whole crew here. Okay, so cards. What stamp set will we be using? The first thing I did was go through and I actually marked my catalog. I like to write right in it and note what, oops, I don't want to lose my pages, and note what the retiring lists are. So I actually marked the discounts in my catalog, and I'm gonna share a separate video that's like a walkthrough of the retiring products list, so you can watch for that to post. But I just like write right in there. So like this, In Good Taste Elements, I love these little wooden pieces, and they're like $2.60 instead of the regular price, so really good deal. And then I flipped to the back and I had my dies marked, and there are a lot of really great dies that are retiring here for an amazing price. So like the these detailed bands dies, even if you don't have a stamp set, that actually is a really pretty die set. Dino Days, I saw some people have ordered this one already, so I don't know how long it'll last, but that dinosaur set is the sweetest if you have people who would like those. And then Dockside, I almost used this morning because it is $10 for that die set. So, but I know you're waiting to see what I am using, and that is Field Tiles. This guy right here, which I think is totally a great set for lots of people. It doesn't have to like, you know, be a flowery card or anything like that. And a little bit underused in the catalog. So I'm sure that's why it's on that $13 clearance instead of $34 regular price. But the stamp set to match that one is then on page 38, which is today's tiles. And so, oops, look, there's even a big picture of it there. So we're gonna do a Stamparatus video today. We're gonna talk a little bit about combining these great retiring elements. And I am reaching out for one of the best value papers in the catalog, which is the Ornate Garden Specialty Designers, also from the retiring list. And I know I just told you that I'm not gonna do a lot of florals in this. Well, it turns out that this fabulous paper has some back sides that are not floral, including, which we're not gonna use, although this one just jumped out at me now. This foiled paper here is definitely not all florals. It's kind of a cool medallion design, but we're gonna use this paper, which is on the back of the daisies. And if you're looking for more ideas for Ornate Garden paper, I used it last spring in a lot of video tutorials, so you'll be able to see those. I'll try and go back and add a link in the video description. All right, you guys ready to get stamping? Let me flip you down this way, and I'm gonna leave us a little extra space this morning because like I said, we're gonna have our Stamparatus in here, and I wanna make sure that you can see everything you need to see. Okay, so regular card size, half sheet of cardstock, and I just cut my designer series paper here to 4 by 5 1/4, which is gonna give us that nice mat that goes around like this. And for our card back, I'm actually going to decorate the background with, this is the Ornate Garden ribbon, which is also on super clearance. So let me pull this in here. It's just a few dollars. So this is our next like super clearance, don't miss it item. And, okay, well, I thought I had everything marked for you guys. There it is. It is this ribbon right down here, and it is $2.80. Wow, sheesh. Okay, so good times to be picking up some things for your supplies. So this ribbon here, because I love it so much, I'm going to go ahead and wrap it around twice. So I've got once and twice, and then just to make it easy on myself, I'm going to trim it up here so I can hold both ends of the ribbon at the same time. And we're going to have a cross there on the front of our card, which means we're going to adhere this on the back. And so I'm going to grab my Seal Plus and just run a strip kind of along the left and a strip along the right, and then I'm just going to tighten this down and adhere it into that adhesive. So there we have kind of our cool cross there. So especially when ribbon is on major discount clearance, I'm not hesitant to use a little bit longer length of it. And besides, if you're tying a bow, it would be about like that anyway. Okay, and since I've used my Seal Plus, I don't have to worry about that like coming up or anything like that. So that gives us our fun card base. And now we're going to put some pieces on top of it. So for my today's tiles, the greetings in this set are terrific. And I decided that I really wanted to use this. Just wanted to say hello, and then I'm blessed to have you in my life. I think that's a really nice sentiment to send to somebody, just as a saying hello card. So I've got those two mounted, and I'm gonna come in, and I wanted a focal point for this. And a lot of times when I'm not positive about what design that I want to make, I've given you guys lots of ideas in our videos for how to get started, but I actually often turn to the catalog too. So even when this catalog is retired, you're gonna wanna save it because it gives you great ideas for cards. And right here is kind of the card that inspired me, but I think instead of going left, right, we're gonna go up, down, but I love the way they layered these two dies. So because our dies are on mega special sale, I grabbed them, and I wanted a card color to go with this, and I wasn't quite sure about what colors to match with my terracotta tile. And so that I also got from the catalog, so I'll show you how that inspiration came out too. I was flipping through the catalog and like, oh, what goes with terracotta tile? What goes with, wait a minute, this is terracotta tile right here. And they paired it with Seaside Spray and Night of Navy. So I have Seaside Spray, which is also retiring, and Night of Navy. So Rococo Rose, terracotta tile, Seaside Spray, these Pretty Peacock, these colors are going to be saying goodbye. So they are while supplies last. And the terracotta tile that I'm using today, I tried to find it in the list. It's possible that it might be sold out already. So really, I am picking some of the biggest discounted items to show you today, which means like I said, it's entirely likely that they will go quickly. So don't wait if you're like excited about these projects. Okay, so I am going to clip off the corners of this. I felt like it was just a little busy in the background here, and pair these two tiles like this. So a really nice motif, and makes a great centerpiece for our card. So let's get this glued down. And I'm gonna use my multi-purpose liquid adhesive, which if you can see the glue, it is enough. It's usually how I say it. And I'm gonna work on centering this here, plus or minus, there we go. Okay, doesn't grab instantly, so you have to give it a second to grab. And then I think this piece here is gonna go right kind of centered, and we've actually, you know, I didn't work at that crossover, but it certainly worked out nicely. It really complements our design. And I'm gonna grab some Stampin' Dimensionals from my drawer, which is right here. Remember my early LovenStamps studio tours talked a little bit about organizing your supplies so that they're easy to use and convenient to grab. So even if you don't have a drawer like mine right where they're right here, drawers over here, a little basket or a little turntable or something that you always have handy when you're stamping can really just make your experience a little lighter. Okay, so we have our card base, which really complements this paper and the tile together. And Trish says she really likes these colors. Yes, and honestly, I couldn't figure out what I wanted with my terracotta tile, so it was really the catalog that inspired these. All right, and then we're gonna bring our greeting. Our front greeting is gonna be, just wanted to say hello. And I have on here another die, this one from the same set. The dies in this set are really terrific. They give you a lot of different possibilities. Let me set this aside and bring this back. A lot of different possibilities for layering and for other cards. These are definitely not limited to just using with this stamp set, but these little labels here are great shapes and lots of choices for all kinds of different projects. So not only for when you're using the Today's Tile stamp set. Okay, I'm gonna bring in my Night of Navy. I know you guys are wondering, I told you we'd use Stamparatus. I promise it's coming. And I'm gonna go ahead and stamp here on my paper. So you could go ahead and stamp first and then die cut, either way. But we're gonna go ahead and, I keep losing my dimensionals. We're gonna go ahead and stamp first. All right, they're here somewhere. Good thing my drawer has multiple sheets of them. Okay, I'm gonna pop a dimensional on that and add this to the front of our card. And it's gonna get centered, which is super easy to do because it matches up perfectly with the die cut right above it, okay? So we have kind of a nice set there. And then I wanted to add some embellishments to the front of this. Now, it's really like a peaceful, tranquil kind of card feeling, especially with that seaside spray on there. It's just really relaxing. It's not really a sequin kind of card. And I know you guys realize that I have a hard time not using sequins, but I'm gonna branch out. So I pulled in these In Good Taste designer elements. And they are these little wood die cuts. And so I'm gonna pull in a couple of these that I popped out already. A couple of hints for you if you're pressing these out. You wanna be careful to press straight through. You don't want to rock the elements in there, especially for the big leaves that are more fragile, because you don't want to break them. They are laser cut and they are cut all the way through in a really nice way. And for like a couple dollars, $2 or something, these little elements are a terrific accent for lots of different cards. So, okay. All right, because if you're tuning in late, we're focusing on the best value retiring products from the Last Chance products list that Stampin' Up! Just put out. So check the video description for a link to that. All right, so I'm gonna pop one of my little pluses here and one here. And where's my take your pick tool? I used it this morning to pry a magnet out of my new Stamparatus. I can tell you about that when we get there. Okay, well, wherever it is. My take your pick tool would be a great thing to have right now. So I'm gonna forge on without it and set these on here, okay? And I wanna make sure that they're not like lined up left, right. So one's a little below and one's a little up. Good morning, Christine and Margaret and Sandy. Thanks for saying hi, guys. Okay, and then I'm going to scatter these. One, let's see, 2, 3, 4. I'm kind of making this up. 5. We'll stick one over here. All right, so where the glue is where my circles are gonna go. And again, they don't grab instantly, so you can't just toss it on there and be like, why is it falling off? But they do grab thoroughly, so as soon as they start to dry, they're not going anywhere. And this is kind of my my namaste version of sequins. I just finished reading a mystery book that had some like yogi stuff in it. It was kind of fun. Louise Penny, if anybody hasn't heard of her, it was a new author that was suggested to me. So, all right. So there is the front of our card, and the Stamparatus is coming because these tiles are a really, really incredible image. And so we're gonna stamp on the inside of our card, because especially when you have a stamp set that you love so many pieces of and so many elements of, it makes it really easy and fun to have another surface of your card to decorate. So I'm going to bring in a piece here that is going to layer inside our card. And we'll set this aside for a minute and get some things out of the way because we are bringing in our Stamparatus. All right, so Stamparatus, if you are not familiar with it, is a great stamp positioning tool with a lot of different features and different ways to use it. So one of the things I really like is the add-on of the little mats here. And so I like to put one of these on. You can of course cut scratch paper or just regular sheets, but you can also get a pad of just the Stamparatus liner paper, which is awfully convenient. All right, and then you have two magnets, which I just smashed mine together right now. So you want to be really careful. They grab, and if you get your finger between them and they're too close together, they're really going to snap and try to attack you. So don't do that. All right, so how did I get started on this? I'll just go ahead and start from the beginning, and then you guys will kind of be on track with me. All right, first of all, know that when you have your two flaps here, if you close one, you cannot close the other one, okay? They're not meant to go like that. That one just lifts off and sets on top, okay? When you're using it though, carry on, have it all ready. So I'm gonna pretend that I haven't mounted either one of my stamps yet. Let's see, I'll stick it on here so that it doesn't grab anything. All right, so what I'm gonna do is say I have my project here, and nice clean side. And what I want to do is go ahead and get started. So I'm going to kind of get an idea of where my paper is going to go. And I'm gonna say I'm gonna stick it out here, and I'm gonna put my image across the bottom. So I've got my paper locked down by my magnets. I am going to take a pen, and this part you don't always have to do, but I kind of am a fan. I often like to outline my paper, especially if I'm gonna do more than one step or more than one card. I have it butted up against the edge here, so I know that side's tight, but that's going to allow me, oops, I'm gonna stand up. It's going to allow me to get my paper lined up exactly where I want it again after I've stamped. So I've put my stamp on here where I want it to go. I am pushing down with my Stamparatus to pick up, and then I'm just gonna do a slow lift here. You'll notice that my cardstock moved a little, but that is no big deal because I have my lines there to put it back down, okay? All right, so that's gonna be our first step. All right, I'm gonna ink this stamp with my Seaside Spray, which is again one of our retiring colors. Sue says she wasn't super keen on this set when she saw it in the catalog. I agree, but honestly, it is so pretty, and really this part is what kind of blows it away for me. All right, so I've inked in Seaside Spray. I'm gonna press down. Now, can you see how it is contacting not quite everywhere? And when I push down, just with my finger, it gets a full image. That is one of the genius things about the Stamparatus plate, is it really is easy to see and make sure that you've got a full image on there, okay? All right, so I'm gonna make sure I'm still in the same place, which I am. Now, I have my second image, which is designed to go over this one. So how do I get that position in the right place? I'm going to lay my clean stamp on here and get it positioned. Do I have the right circle? No, I don't. Okay, I was like, this doesn't line up. So look at all your little images, look through, and get this all set so that it's lined up. Now, I'm just going to take my second plate and swing it down and pick up my stamp again with my Stamparatus plate, okay? I'm gonna slide this back exactly where I want it so that I get a consistent image. And then I'm going to ink this stamp here, which is off the top of our plate, with Night of Navy. And the stamp pads are great for this because they have that raised pad. you can see the pad is raised over the case, which makes it really easy to ink a big stamp like this. Definitely a feature of those Stampin' Up! Stamps. And you don't have to mash, just be gentle. You can look and see that it's all stamped. And then I'm gonna take this and press it down onto our image. And again, I'm going to make sure that we are all lined up there. And there is our image. This looks like a little bit like a bandana to me. I love it. All right, so then the nice thing about having your stamps positioned is that if you wanted to take, say, an envelope, so here's my envelope, and let's see, my image is gonna be across here, so I might go ahead and put it maybe here. So this time I'm just gonna look at my lines and line it up on my grid paper, but I'm gonna pop this on. Just make sure your magnets are not where your stamp is gonna go. And all I have to do is do a 1, stamp with my Seaside Spray. Make sure I get a good image on there. Okay, and then 2, take my Night of Navy, ink that up, and pop it on. And then I have my envelope decoration all ready to go. So there is the inside of our card and the envelope of our card. So this Stamparatus is really kind of a genius deal. If you are not familiar with it, let me just show you really quickly how to get these plates out. So they are hinged. You see how that hinge works? And if I line up the hinge there, can you see how the plate now is gonna lift straight out this way? So I'm straight, goes, let's see, down this way and up this way. As long as you have that hinge straight, it's really easy to lift those plates out. So there's lots of cool techniques and fun things that you can do with those when you have them. But okay, so Tanya says she has to order for a 3rd day in a row now. I hear you, Tanya, it's rough. I am right there in the boat with you. So, okay, so now we have our inside of our card, and I still want to use this greeting that says, I'm blessed to have you in my life. And I thought about stamping that right here on top, which I can do still, but I want to show you the like best, another one of the best values in the catalog, and that is the classic label punch. So let me show you, I'm sorry, best values from the retiring list. So let me show you this. My punches, I was kind of like flabbergasted for seeing these. So first of all of the circle punches are retiring. So if you have not listened to me talk about how much I love circle punches, they're not discounted, but they are retiring. So if you don't have the circle punches, you'll want to grab those. Butterfly Duet Punch is a great one, $7.20 instead of $18. So even if you don't use it with a stamp set, the punch is great, the little flowers, blah, blah, blah. Okay, but here's what I wanted to show you. Oh, I can't help myself. The Apple Builder Punch for $7. Sheesh. Also a good one. This is the Classic Label Punch here. The reason that I pointed this one out is because the Classic Label Punch and the Timeless Label too, but mostly Classic Label is my go-to for mess ups, okay? So if you get to this part and you have your card base all glued inside and you think, oh, I'm just gonna stamp that extra greeting in the middle, and then you get it on here and it's crooked, that's like the disaster, right? So Classic Label Punch is my favorite fix the disaster greeting punch. And so what I'm gonna do is grab a piece of Whisper White cardstock and go ahead and stamp my greeting on here in Night of Navy. Okay, it doesn't matter if it's straight or not. I could not care less because I'm just gonna punch it here with my punch. So I'm blessed to have you in my life. And now I have a greeting that is super straight. So there's some other cool things you can do with Classic Label. It makes a great runner for, or a whole spot for doing like slider cards, penny sliders and stuff like that. So it'll pop up a lot. Okay, and then I thought, well, I could put this here like usual, but maybe I haven't left myself a lot of room for writing. So maybe I'll put this down here in the bottom of my card. But my feeling was that it gets a little bit lost there, and I want it to be a little bit more, I don't know, I have a little more oomph. And so I went back to my Ornate or Tiles dies here, the, oh my goodness, what do they call them? field tile dies with, which I've used a ton of for our card. And I brought this little one here and I thought, oh, that makes a really cute mat for our greeting. So I'm gonna take this and plop this onto our tiles here. And then this little tiny piece, I would like to use my multi-purpose liquid adhesive. And if you can see the glue, it's enough. Don't have to glob it on there. And then stick that down. And you can see how much more presence that has. So a lot of times I talk about focal points on the front of our cards. This is like kind of adding a focal point inside our card. So that gives you a place to write and a really nice accent. So that is our field tiles cards. So today's tiles, and oh, let's put our envelope with it because it's so cute. There we go, our matching envelope. So today's card really makes the most of products from the last chance product sale. There are a lot of things on that list, and a reminder that they are all while supplies last. So if there's things on there that you are in love with, that we talked about, you're gonna wanna make sure that you go ahead and get those ordered as soon as possible because they are while supplies last, and especially the ones that I've showed that are on the like super 75% off sale, they're probably gonna go pretty quickly. So take a look at the retiring products list. I would encourage you to grab your catalog, grab that sheet there that is in order by pages of the catalog. So this one is the one that's linked in the description here. And then just kind of go down it and mark all the things in your catalog so you can really see what is retiring. The other way you can do is you can go to my store and click through to the last chance products page there and just browse the pictures of things that are on sale. And there are definitely a lot of great things there too. So lest we be confused, remember that the bundles, so things that are bundled in the back of the catalog, let's see, what's a good example? Like sunflowers, this one, sunflowers is listed on the products sheet, but with the extra little asterisks in the reference category. That's because it'll still be in the next catalog, but it won't be discounted with the bundle pricing in the next catalog. So you won't want to miss that. And I just looked at this beautiful world one. So world map here, the world map dies are $7.75 instead of $31. That's a really good one too. And honestly, a great die set to have even without the stamp set. So kind of some fun elements in that. All right, anyway, I'm getting distracted by the retiring list. I will be sure to show you more retiring products, things you won't want to miss out on, as well as things from the January through June catalog, which of course will last through the end of June, so a little longer. But yeah, I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend, that you have lots of fun creativity planned for yourself. And if you have any questions about things that are on the retired list or how that works or whether you're gonna get a catalog from me, just go ahead and send me a note because I'm happy to chat with you about that. So, all right guys, happy Friday, have a wonderful day, and I will look forward to seeing you next week. We're gonna do Monday, Wednesday, Friday again, so we'll see you then. Happy stamping.